out of executive session and moving on with the agenda. The next item is the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone will please stand. Okay. On June 14th, there'll be a special presentation where we will be presented the 2024-2025 full year harassment, intimidation, and bullying (HIB) and school safety data system reports. Superintendent and assistant superintendent comments. Dr. Cullis?
Sure. Just a kindergarten update. We actually have gone down one student. Lakeview's at 67 and Riverview 89, a total of 166 kindergartners. Our summer learning assignments and school supply lists are available on our website right on the front page, also in last week's Friday folder and the newsletter. ESY and Dallas summer programs are starting on Monday, June 30th. This concludes Assistant Superintendent's report.
Thank you. Business administrator comments. Mrs. Gorowski.
On tonight's agenda, there is a resolution to approve a grant, and the name of the grant is School Violence Prevention Program. This grant is, thank you, Mrs. Sedalis, for forwarding this information to me, and we are submitting this grant in coordination with the Denville Police Department. They are submitting one for radios, and we are as well to replace our radio fleet for the transportation as well as for the school districts. And we also included in the grant a part-time technology personnel to help us implement the radios if it's awarded. And this is all have to do with security, and we had in the budget to replace shades of Valley View district-wide in the school. So I decided to submit that portion to the grant as well. So the total grant submission is $239,000.
Great. Thank you for that information. Is that something that is already been decided upon, or it's an application for the grant?
I just submitted the application. The application is due on the 26th of this month. It was submitted last Friday, and we should have notice by early September.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Adelis, as well. Keep our fingers crossed. And does that conclude the comments, Ms. Gorowski? All right. We'll now open it up for public comments or questions at 7:33 p.m. Seeing it being a ghost town, both online and in the chambers, we'll close public comments at 7:33 p.m. And moving on, old business action to be taken. Mrs. Adelis.
Sure. I move to approve the following resolutions under old business. A, the reports for 2025, Treasurer of School Monies and Board Secretary reports. B, the education reports, report of student enrollment for May 2025, and the report of Health Office for 2025. And C, the minutes for the May 12th meeting and the May 19th meeting executive sessions and regular sessions.
I'll second.
Thank you. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Dr. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Adelis?
Yes.
Ms. Astorino?
Yes.
Mr. Cass?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Kim?
Yes. New business action to be taken. Since Mr. Capello is not here, Dr. Moore, do you feel like doing double duty today, or?
So either myself or someone else, sorry, I'm sound up. I'd like to move for approval the following resolutions under personnel. Item number 1, A and B is sick day payouts. C is to attend and assist with pre-K and new student orientation. D and C are room movement for prep. Item F is to give input into incoming kindergarten info in preparation for 25-26. G is to help conduct kindergarten orientation. That would be H as well. And I is to assist in new student orientation. J, attending and assisting in new student orientation, as well as K. I is for Seth Corman and John Englishman for the Valley View being awarded the National School of Character for 2025. M is to complete the honors biology parent presentation. And N and O are summer work days. P is a cash out of 5 vacation days. Q is a replacement. R is instructional aid for 25-26 school year. S is a counselor for 25-26 school year. T is a replacement. U is teacher for 25-26 school year. V is a replacement school secretary. W is bus driver for 25-26 school year. X is Stephanie DeSimino, moving on the salary guide. Y and Z and AA are resignations. Number 2 is to approve the updated staff listing for summer 2025. 3 is to approve the attached list of extracurricular and stipend positions for 25-26. 4 is to approve the attached sidebar agreement with the DEA. 5 is to approve the updated master staff list. 6 is to approve leave of absence. And 7 is revisions to the attached job descriptions for head mechanic, maintenance assistant, maintenance custodian, mechanic, and network technician support specialist.
I'll second.
Thank you. Questions or comments? Dr. Moore, thank you very much for that, by the way. Dr. Cullors, number 7 is in reference to the driver's license thing you mentioned earlier.
That is correct. So
Thank
those
you.
positions require a valid driver's license to complete their job description.
Thank you very much. If there are no further questions, roll call, please.
Dr. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Adelis,
Yes.
Ms. Astorino,
Yes.
Mr. Cass,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Kim.
Yes. Dr. Moore, if you can run us through IMP as well.
Sure, I'd like to move for approval the following resolutions under instruction and program. Under number 1, workshops and expenses, we have a Summer Writing Institute and an ISTE Live 2025 Annual Summer Technology Conference. Number 2 is the adoption and purchase of a 6-year contract for the updated Middle School Essentials Health Text Program. Item number 3 is the purchase of Rubicon Atlas to replace the on-course lesson planner for teachers. Item number 4 is to approve the Title III consortium purchases for school districts Bloomingdale, Rockaway Borough, Lincoln Park Borough, and Denville Township.
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Adelis. Any questions or comments? Dr. Cullors, number 3, the on-course lesson planner for teachers. It's jumping up from $1,200 to $9,000 annually. Does that warrant a 4 or 5 time increase in cost?
Our current on-course is $9,000. So Rubicon Atlas does a few things. One, it is a lesson planner. It's also where we will house our curriculum so that it is searchable and usable on our website for families as well as our teachers. So there's a one-time fee, $11,000 of rolling over our current curriculum that's formatted in just in a Word format, that it would need to be all rolled over into Rubicon Atlas. So that's a one-time fee. So normally we pay $9,000 for on-course, but the lesson planner portion of this program will be $1,200. The annual fee of is 9,000. So it does slightly go up, but it doesn't just the lesson planner. It's now going to be housing all of our curriculum.
Okay, so it should be a lot more efficient and
It will be
worth.
a lot more efficient because it's right now our documents are thousands of pages long. And like I said, like a Word document or PDF, it's very unsearchable. I mean, it's not searchable. So we're looking for a way to make it a lot more user friendly for everyone.
Okay, thank you. If there are no other questions, roll call, please.
I had a question on the, since I majored in English, the Summer Writing Institute. Could you just got just a couple of talking points of, what's the body of work? We have a teacher doing that, so it's virtual. Like, what are they covering and teaching
So
in the course?
Sure. So we still are continuing to work with the same program where we were working with Teachers College before. Now it's Mossflower is the new institutes. So we're still sending people to summer institutes. For the most part, we were able to use our Title I funding to do that. However, the federal funding has come late to the states. The states were just now given approval for their ESEA plan. We do not know how much we're going to get yet. We would have all of the grants completed by now. So I don't know. So we have to use budget or district money for this at this point. But the Summer Writing and Summer Reading Institutes provide the work with the current curriculum. So all of the units that we use, this particular teacher is multi-graded. And so she will be covering several different grade levels of writing curriculum. So just teaches them how to use the units, how we do writing workshop, all of the aspects of our writing curriculum. So it's currently the writing curriculum that we use. So it's not like a general writing institute. It's specifically on the curriculum that we use.
It's like a business pro forma. It's giving the teachers like a matrix of a plan to follow. I mean, but also what exactly are they teaching the teachers anything to, like in English? I mean, English, writing, literature, grammar.
This one is not because this is an elementary, but they do all of those things, but they're embedded into their writing units. So spelling and grammar go within the writing units. So they're specifically going to go over, last year we just purchased the new writing unit. So they're all brand new. And the teacher is just wanting to learn more about each of the units because there's 6 units during the year. There's a lot of content in them. There's like 3 different bends in each unit. And so they have to learn all of the lessons that go in that unit, all the teaching points, as well as how to deliver the information, strategies of how to conduct writing workshop. So it's all writing workshop based at this point.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that additional info.
Okay, roll call, please.
Dr. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Adelis,
Yes.
Ms. Astorino,
Yes.
Mr. Cass,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Kim.
Yes. Next item on the agenda is governance. While there are no actions or resolutions to be voted on, I'm going to ask the board members to pull up the Charlene Peterson summary document for later discussion, specifically during the good of the cause. And that document can be found in a folder, and that link to the folder is found in Dr. Forte's board reports. So we'll be discussing some of the goals during the cause for the good of the cause. Finance is the next item on the agenda. Mr. Anderson, if you will.
Sure. If there are no objections, I'd like to move under D, finance items number 1 through 12 as a block. This includes our standard checks list, which is a monthly event, including a transfer from regarding a capital reserve transfer, as well as a maintenance reserve transfer in item number 3. Item number 4 is the board to authorize the business administrator to proceed with all necessary entries for the 2024-2025 school year, including cancellation of purchase orders, stale dated checks, transfers, compliances with public contract law, and award of bids, and other such actions as may be required by statute, code, and policy. Any action taken shall be confirmed by the Board of Education at its next regular public meeting. Item number 5 is to approve the standard operating procedures and internal control manual. Item number 6 is for the board to approve the attached bid award letters from Educational Data Services, Inc., Commission of Morris County for school supplies for the 2025-2026 school year. Item number 7 is for the board to approve the agreement between Home Care Therapies, DBA Horizon Healthcare Staffing, along with Horizon Staffing Resources, and the Board of Education, with the details listed in the agenda. Item number 8 is for the board to approve a student to attend enrichment classes over the summer at Lakeview School. Item number 9 is for the board to approve the agreement with PG Chambers to provide ESY physical therapy services and evaluations for the 2025-2026 school year, not to exceed $10,000. Item number 10 is for the board to approve the agreement with Dr. Elizabeth Cleary to provide additional physical therapy services for a particular student for the 2025-2026 extended school year and school year at $120 per hour session, plus $20 travel fee per session, total not to amount not to exceed $6,670. Item number 11 is for the board to approve the following district placements as per the student's IEP. There's a multitude of students listed on the agenda. And then item number 12 finally is for the board to approve the donation of one art class from All Children's Art Center of New Jersey to be provided during the 2025 extended school year program at Lakeview School.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
Just a quick one. Well, I don't know if it's quick. Ms. Skorowski, I know this is complicated, and maybe you don't have the answer, but I'm just kind of curious. With item number 11, with the out-of-district placements, we get some funding, or we're supposed to get some funding back from the state, right? For some of these things, is there any easy way to say how much we get?
No, there's no easy way. On an annual basis, we have to submit the extraordinary aid application. And that application, we submit all the costs for out-of-district placements as well as in-district, and it has to exceed certain amount of dollars. Out-of-district placement, any amount that exceeds $55,000, we might be able to get reimbursed a portion of that. Any in-districts student that exceeds $40,000, we will probably as well be able to receive a certain amount, a percentage of it. But the percentage is not the same every single year. It's determined based on how many school districts submit the application and how much is submitted New Jersey-wide.
Do you know what the percentage was for last year?
Was 90%.
90%.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Is that above? But that would be above the 40 or 50,000, right?
It's above the 55,000 or the 40,000 level.
So in theory, if there were $100,000 school, it would be 90% of the 50,000.
Correct.
Okay.
Not the total.
That's why it's called extraordinary.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Dr. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Adelis,
Yes.
Ms. Astorino,
Yes.
Mr. Cass,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Kim.
Yes. Mr. Cass, operations, if you will, please.
Under operations, we have item 1.1 for transportation. We're asking the board to approve the following parent transportation contracts listed below, A through E, for the 2025-2026 school year. Under buildings and grounds, item 2.1, I'm asking the board to approve the submission of the anticipated facility requests for the 2025-2026 school year to the Morris County Superintendent of Schools. The Denville Board of Education does not anticipate applying for changes of use and/or dual use for the 25-26 school year. Item 2.2 is for the Denville Township Board of Ed to approve the attached revised facilities usage form for the 2025-2026. We go to reference CC3 and FC3 for details. Item 2.3, I'm asking the board to approve the following required maintenance expenditures with the amount listed below utilizing maintenance reserve funds. Rio Supply Incorporated for 3 water meters for Lakeview and Valley View in the amount of $8,984. All Tech Incorporated plumbing work to remove and replace 3 water meters at Valley View and Lakeview for the amount of $3,000. 2.4 is to approve the attached agreement between Mid-American Elevator Company and the Denville Board of Education for the preventive maintenance of the Valley View Middle School elevator for the upcoming school year and the amount of $250 per month. Item 2.5 is for the board to approve the submission of the fiscal year 2025 school violence prevention program in coordination with the Denville Police Department to request funding through the school violence prevention program for the purposes as listed below. If the grant is awarded, the district will receive funds up to 75% of the allowable cost to improve the school safety. A minimum of 25% local cost shared or matching funds is required by the district. So the items are BHF radio communication upgrade, part-time technology personnel, window shades for the middle schools, interior access control system. Now, the amounts for each are included there. Item 2.6, for the board to approve the attached quote from Magic Touch Construction Company Incorporated, ESC Cooperative Number 289, MOESC, Contracts 2456, Electrical Services regarding a Lakeview School wall crack, project number ES 9407-00, in the amount of $59,810, utilizing capital reserve funds. 2.7 is for the board to approve the attached quote from Crossroads Pavement Maintenance Incorporated, EDS number 109 Macadam, number 24A, for the paving project at Lakeview and Riverview Schools, the amount of $240,890, utilizing capital reserve funds.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Dr. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Adelis,
Yes.
Ms. Astorino,
Yes.
Mr. Cass,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Kim.
Yes. All right, for the good of cause, committee reports, correspondence, discussion items such as board meeting highlights or classroom space considerations, or anything else germane to the district. Do we have board meeting highlights that you wish to add, Dr. Cullis? For one, I was thinking graduation and have a happy summer. I apologize, I was unable to attend the Valley View graduation due to illness. Just as a reminder for the board members, we only have one meeting in July and one meeting in August, so it'll be a combined working session / regular session. During the committee meetings that are coming up this next month, we will be hopefully discussing goals, the district goals and the board goals. I've had the opportunity to speak with all the board members individually, and we've had some really good discussions. So one of the new proposed board goals that I would like to add to the list that's found on Charlene's document is a process for us, a better process to put together our goals. I mean, Dr. Moore and I spoke at length, as well as individual board members, and having an identified process and a timeline could really benefit our board as well as future boards. And this is something I'm discovering other boards are currently doing. So maybe if we can even make it into a bylaw, and I'd like the governance committee to spearhead that and see if we can develop some goals. Now, Dr. Forte put some interesting stuff for us as well in that folder. And so he already has some suggestions on some of our other board goals that we have, such as, the new member orientation documents. There's some interesting documents that Dr. Forte included. So, but yes, district goals, again, just as a reminder, is to increase achievement for all students, inclusive of all curriculum areas with a focus on math and science. Continue to discuss, investigate, and report on possible solutions and challenges in the areas of instructional space, class size, financial operations. And then number 3 is to audit current special services program costs and offerings. Consider possible additional efficient, effective, and innovative programs. I actually like that one, especially with some of the comments or the question that Dr. Moore, you asked during the meeting, like such as the reimbursement that we've been getting with out-of-placement students. And then develop vertically aligned progress of social emotional learning skills. So hopefully we'll have that conversation in our committees and see if we can further vet those out and see if those are good district goals.
I placed goal 1, 3, and 4 on the IMP for July 10th. So we'll be discussing it there.
Great, thank you. So if there's a way that we can include that on number 2 into finance and operations, Mike and Don, you guys are okay with that?
Mr. Kim, can I just make
Yes, please.
2 quick comments on 2 of the goals? The third goal, I would suggest here we remove costs. I don't think that's a driver of ours. I think that's a potential outcome or whatever, but I think that really our goal is to evaluate our current programmings and offerings, and I love the rest of the wording. I just think if we start going down the road of cost, then we're not trying to save costs, right? We're trying, if there's a way, if it results in an efficiency, great. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure we've got the best programs. I just want to be careful with how we're focusing that goal. That's all.
I definitely understand and agree that costs is a sensitive topic. The question that I had in mind was, were there opportunities for us to bring programs in district, and how much would the district save in terms of that? That's sort of the thought process from a cost perspective. If that still is a sensitive topic and issue, then yeah, I think that's important, and maybe that could be further vetted during committee conversations.
I agree. I think the word efficient already encapsulates that. So therefore, like, I wouldn't want as one of 7 to make the goal to try to save costs with our special education programs. But if that's a efficiency that we find along the way where, and I know we've talked very recently about certain programs that Dr. Cullis and Mrs. Johnson are looking at. So I think that's a natural outcome, but I just get concerned about leaving the word cost there. If you think about the public reading that, they're not going to understand this conversation. They're just going to say, oh, they're just trying to cut costs out of the special education program.
Yeah, I definitely see the nuance there, Mr. Anderson. So yeah, I have no objections to that.
And it flows nicely if you just take that out, because it's like audit current special services programs and offerings, consider possible additional efficient, effective, and innovative programs.
Then the only other comment I wanted to make was, what is the intended outcome of goal number 4? How do we determine success on that or not? Because it says develop vertically aligned progress on social emotional learning skills, pre-K through 8th. So I'm just not sure if we're sitting here a year from now or 11 months from now going, did we meet that goal? Did we not meet it? Develop
I'm not sure
vertically
that's
aligned.
the right word in there. I'm not even sure that it's really, we were looking at actually creating a document that had vertically aligned lessons all the way through of skills. So I think we have to play with that wording, because it's not really progress as much as like we start out at a certain level of skill and how that skill progresses. But I can see that doesn't make sense the way it's written.
Yeah,
So we'll
agreed.
play
I
with
think if we just play with that wording a little bit, I think we're all aligned. I just want to make sure we're not. Number 2 is going to be, I think there's no way to put a definitive outcome on that one, because that could wave and wean in a few different ways along the way here. And I think we know how to judge the success of that. But, for instance, this year we had a similar goal and we decided to say, hey, we're going to invest in a, updated, demographic study, for instance. Right. But yeah, I think we're aligned. I think if that has a way to say, hey, it's a curriculum or it's a, a document that shows kind of the vertically aligned programs within the different age groups or whatever, I think that would make me feel a little more comfortable. That was all.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Anyone else? I think from board goals, the government governance committee can spearhead those and whittle that down. I feel some of them might be a little redundant or unnecessary. So we'll try to whittle that down to 3 or 4. So I know there is a communications goal that I'm still trying to work on as well. So we'll see what how far I can get on that. And I don't see anything else. Any other board members that wish to make a comment for the good of the cause?
Not a board member, but I want to just comment. I don't think we have the highlights because in the summer we don't do the newsletter. So, but I would just make note.
Okay, well,
If Dr. Forte does put our newsletter, we'll have a couple of highlights.
then if there is no newsletter, then I wish the district and the staff and the administration and all the students a happy summer. So well done on the next another successful school year.
I just want to add congratulations to the 8th graders. We were able to attend last Tuesday, and it was very well run by the administration. Always is very quick, which is not expected of a 200 class, 200 students. So just thank you to the administration. Thank you to all the students and the parents. They were loud and excited and passionate about their next steps, and we are excited for them as well.
Okay. We will now open it up to public comments at 8:01 p.m. Seeing that there's no one in the chambers or no one online, we'll close it at 8:02 p.m. There should be no need for another executive session.
Move to adjourn.
Thank you. Can I have a second? All right, Mr. Cass, thank you for the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Abstentions? We are now adjourned at 8:02 p.m. Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone has a happy summer.